Hello, I'm Scott, and today I'm researching motherhood and what it's like to be a mom. Hey, Jody.
Hey, Scott.
How many kids do you have?
Just one.
Just one.
This girl.
Just this one.
I have two. They are 5 and 7.
I have 2 kids. This is Jude here. He's 6 months old.
Hey,
She's in
Jude.
Florida. We also have Dakota, who is 3.
I have 4 children, and I have the bonus of a granddaughter who is Margaret, and she'll be 29 months.
3 that I gave birth to, and 1 that I adopted as a college student.
How do you think you're doing in all that?
Well, pre-pandemic, I was awesome. Post-pandemic, I think they get a little too much screen time.
Sometimes I feel like I'm really failing.
Okay.
Other days I feel like I'm nailing it, so.
Well, that's good.
Like you think you maybe hit the finish line because they're all out of the house. That's not true.
Oh.
I have 4 adult children who are kind, they're creative, and trying to make a positive impact on their world.
How do you combat the screen time?
Well, you have to want to spend time with them, take them for a walk, go for a bike ride.
Kind of like a dog? Is that similar?
Yeah, except you're not really allowed to leave your kids home alone locked in a cage.
What was it like being pregnant?
With Dakota, I was pretty hardcore. I worked out through the whole thing up until like the last month. And then with Jude, I was like, standing up is exhausting. My favorite is when the baby would move inside of you and you got like a wave thing going on. And also really horrible because I gained 60 pounds when I was pregnant and I felt like a whale.
Imagine you're just carrying around a fanny pack full of gym weights all day, every day.
I kind of like the attention. So I didn't really want strange people touching my belly, but I kind of liked them looking at it. And
It's
yeah.
like the only instance in your life that people can come up and touch your belly. And
Well, they think they can.
I always remember being pregnant with Matthew and Jared because I was enormous and I felt like I was a circus show, like, wow, look at her.
If you've seen the movie Alien, you're just kind of like, I don't know.
They just pop out.
Yes, but not so much from the chest. They just pop out elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like giving birth?
You know, you hear stories about that it's gonna be really bad and painful and everything, and I got in there and it was so much worse than anything I could have possibly experienced or ever thought.
Wow.
When the doctor told me that it wasn't going so well and I was going to need a C-section, I said, well, then can I get an epidural right now? And he said, well, we'll give you a spinal. It's like this needle that's like this long.
They won't let you eat once you check into the hospital. Pretty much every time my husband went for another yogurt from the little break room fridge, I wanted to punch his face.
All of my children were born by cesarean section. One time Daryl told somebody that our births were white knuckle experiences.
We tried the bathtub thing and my husband was just like, it was like you were in a spaceship ready to like take off. You were holding on so tight and
They need a gap between your spinal column because the needle's so thick, and they're like, lean further over. And I'm like, I've got a watermelon.
I have a watermelon.
I can't go any further.
So in the animal kingdom, there's this instance when the mother gets to eat the placenta afterwards. Was that an option?
Having done quite a bit of travel, I've already had my share of weird foods.
I definitely remember delivering the placenta. I remember them showing me it and throwing it in the garbage, and no, I never thought about eating it.
I actually don't eat polenta either because it sounds too much like placenta, so I'm not interested.
Yeah. What else did you learn about your husband in this experience?
In the pregnancy experience,
Yeah.
Can I plead the fifth?
I mean, he's very kind.
He was kind, Carrie?
He didn't have much to do with it except for a couple of, I was gonna say seconds, but that feels mean.
How much did it cost?
10,000, I think, is what they tell you to expect, something like that.
Our oldest son is 13. He eats more than both of his parents combined. My daughter needs new clothes all the time. Sometimes they break an arm or something like that.
Do you have any advice for people thinking about having kids?
Definitely get used to talking about poop.
I recommend having like 4, 5, 6 kids, but definitely space them out more than 2 years apart.
2 years.
A lot of people recommend 3.
You will have conversations with strangers about poop. You will talk to your children about the shape and size and consistency of their poop.
You also referenced that you adopted someone.
Yeah.
not too long ago. What's the difference?
Since I adopted someone fully formed and already an adult herself, that process was really beautiful actually because we got to choose each other. So she needed someone, and I mean, we were just really happy to have her join our family.
When you look back over the time and you count the cost, was it worth it?
Absolutely.
Having a kid is the coolest thing, like the hardest thing, but the coolest. They like are something that you and the person you love made together, which is wild.
The things that are the most difficult in your life are also sometimes the most worth it. And I think with kids, that's definitely the case.
Thanks for being a mom.
You're welcome, Scott. You're welcome, Austin.
Thanks for answering my research questions, and happy Mother's Day.
Thanks.